What did you think of the week overall? I did think they were very all over the place this season. I mean, it was hard to hang on to something and feel like you were seeing the development of a new style.
You have to look at shows, and that's the fun part about it, and maybe just extract the one thing that is really valid in them, and the one thing that people should notice.
What did you think of Marc Jacobs?
Not as exciting as you always hope that Marc could be. There was a lot of repetition in the clothes. Mm-hmm. You saw the same kind of jackets. Those, I don't know whether it was the 1860s or the 1890s, or the dresses that were with the legged mutton sleeves.
Well, I liked the evening dresses. I thought that they were very nice and very elaborate. But I still have no idea why we were looking at them in the setting of a post-apocalyptic beach. Maybe they were like the leftovers, or what was left of our society, down to the sweatshirt that resembled a Coca-Cola logo.
But he said a frat party.
Or that.
What did you think of Proenza?
I thought the second half of it was absolutely beautiful. They had the wide pants that are key for the season. They had some really good jackets, but it didn't sing the way that some of their past collections have.
There was a stilted quality. I kept feeling like there's a vintage cast to these clothes. I feel like I've seen them somewhere. I did think some of the dresses, the pleated things at the end with the silver foil and the gold foil, I thought those were kind of great.
And that was one of the most memorable looks of the season, I think.
What'd you think, Tom Brown?
You know, I thought the clothes were typically extravagantly fascinating to look at. He is trying to bring a showmanship and craftsmanship into fashion that doesn't typically exist here in New York.
I kind of wish he hadn't gone to this area that is so well staked out by McQueen, and it feels a little bit dated. Mm-hmm. And we've seen all that makeup, and we've seen something that's like a very gothic or haunting kind of beauty, a fairy tale story of some kind. I don't know if we were in a coffin or in a padded cell. But as soon as the blue and the white pieces started coming out, you could see what it was, that it was all about a woman's shape, all about a woman's obsession. And then the fabric itself, it almost looked like a papier-mâché effect.
We know people are going to think we're crazy for liking this collection, but you do have to separate it from the presentation and look at the craft sometimes.
And I felt like that with Oscar too. You can sit through a lot of Oscar shows and feel like you're seeing that same uptown lady. This season I thought he had kind of the perfect clothes for his clients, and I thought he expressed a lot of things that were new.
That pink dress at the end was like the perfect description of what you just said, with where the ball gown skirt was cut, the fabric was actually cut off, and the edges were left, and all you saw was the tulle underneath.
Yeah.
It looked really cool and fresh, and just not Oscar, but an Oscar. And Alexander Wang.
I liked it a lot, actually. You know, he had shorter lengths. He had those kind of boxy jackets. I like Wang when he is more on the youthful street side of things.
He pretty much put his name over half the collection. It was kind of heralded as bringing back that 80s logo mania, but
I don't know, it didn't bother me as much. I felt like it was more embedded into the clothes. To me, it wasn't so in your face, so it didn't bother me. And
I thought
feel
it was
like
totally narcissistic.
Oh, really? Oh. Yeah, we didn't even talk about Joseph Altuzarra, who had a great show, one of my favorites. You know, these striped fabrics and this kind of, with the blouse and a skirt. We've seen that a little bit, but it was kind of a very fresh interpretation of that.
I will say that we did get a couple of new ideas coming out of the New York collections, as scattered as they felt.
But the conversation will change by next week. It's just one leg of a 4-city relay.
I think the best is yet to come.